For my people are foolish. They know me not. They are stupid children. They have no understanding. They are wise in doing evil. But how to do good, they know not.
Welcome to Reform Labs, where we do not believe every spirit, but test the spirits to see whether they are from God, for many false teachers have gone out into the world. My name is Kanoa Benz, and you are watching the Reformed Roundish Table. Let's go. So today's topic, we have a bunch of random stuff. There, let me get that can pop going.
Before you continue on with any of your thoughts, I will have to mention that the plan for that Bible reading, that plan was for me to unmute the intro music audio for that Bible reading so that Chad could time it just right. But silly me, silly me, I did not unmute that audio. So I unmuted it like several seconds afterward, realizing, looking at the screen, oh, hey, it's still muted.
Aww.
Yes.
Sorry.
I shall pat myself not on the back.
Why are you gay?
Good deal, good deal, good deal.
No, not good deal, good deal. All right, sorry. Continue on. You shall continue.
So are we live on the stuff?
Yes, we are
deal.
on the stuffs.
Okay, because I ain't getting anything.
And Lord willing, the audio is fantastic.
All right, so we have plenty of topics to cover already, but first let me introduce who we have here with us today. Sitting across from me, the man with many talents and the voice of an angel and Fergie, whose dad wishes we call him Hurchin, but here we call him Chad Randall.
Hello.
Hi.
That was very anticlimactic.
Chad, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Just
Doing real good. Yeah.
Hey, your camera works this
I'm
time.
Here. My camera is flawless. Absolutely.
all right, enough of you.
Okay.
So there we go. I finally got the notification up there. All of a sudden it's like, and you're live. I was like, oh, thanks. A little late. Who else do we have here today? Well, you already know him, you love him, or at least you love the beard. The man with the beard of John Calvin, said so by James White himself and looked on with envy as admitted to by Jeff Durbin, Adrian, the Captain Cookson. We need music for Adrian. Hi. There he is.
Here I am.
Adrian, how are you doing today?
Oh, better than I deserve. Crickets.
Good deal. All right, and last but not least, you already know who it is. You might have heard of Scotty doesn't know, but here Scott does know. Scott, so how are you doing, buddy?
Oh, I'm just absolutely blessed to be here.
I almost forgot the can pop thing because I was looking because things were going on the stuff, and I was like, oh yeah, so it's a can pop. Let me get that.
I think Scotty changed positions because
he scooted over a little bit.
Yes.
Oh.
Dude, look at that Samoan war knife in the background, just so you know. That is a traditional Hawaiian weapon that we also use for fire twirling, I will say.
Legit.
And for in case Scott gets out of hand.
Yes.
But Scott, all right, Scott, tell us what you know.
Today, I have Donald Trump is on trial for civil, forget what it was called, what did they say it was?
some sort of fraud.
Yeah, civil fraud. It's a civil fraud case. And of course, it's the talk of the political world right now. Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy, has been ousted.
Dun dun dun. I was like, sorry, I started doing the music for it too. Like, dun,
And
dun.
of course, another one that is the talk of the political world right now. Democrat Jamal Bowman pulls the fire alarm during the vote on spending bill.
Oh no!
So that's gonna be funny.
Did he think it was the door lever?
Yes, he did.
Oh,
He did.
okay.
Wait, was there a legit fire alarm?
Yeah, no, he actually pulled the fire alarm.
What is this
just-
like?
Did you not see the meme?
No.
Oh, there's one
I've been
dramatic.
preparing for conferences.
Yeah, there's one dramatic meme where this dude is sweating in front of a fire alarm. The fire alarm is situated.
Fire.
Yeah.
Fire.
Hey, that's
Fur
the
alarm?
hill. That's the hillbilly coming out in
That's
me.
good old
The boots with the fur alarm.
turtle whack.
Oh, you
Coming
hash
over.
down. But yeah, this fur alarm is to the top left in this meme, and then you got these double swing doors with the panic push bars, and he's sweating. He's like, do I push the bars? Do I pull the handle? Do I push the bars? Pull the
That's
handle?
hilarious.
I pull the handle.
That is like one of those, like, I'm trying to get out a test, and he's just, he's like, what do I do? Just pulling the fire alarm to get out of this. But, all right, yeah.
But yeah, we'll get back to Mr. Jamal Bowman. But first, I did have something that I wanted to mention today, because I know nobody can probably see it right now, but as you guys can see, I'm strapped with a 9 today, because I am taking advantage of my Second Amendment rights today, because on September 8th, the New Mexico Democrat governor, I'm gonna botch this pronunciation, Luann Grisham, issued an order banning the carry of firearms, whether they're concealed or not, whether they're just open or concealed.
Oh, I heard about that.
This has been repealed by the governor because law enforcement was refusing to enforce it.
Yeah, I heard about that.
They actually had like a huge rally for like people, like civilians came up and said like, yeah, we're not going to follow that, and then she finally gave in. But so in that terms, we've dodged a bullet. Pun very much intended.
I was like, well played.
You're welcome, Beardy. Adrian loves puns, so
I do.
I had
Wait,
that one
Beardy.
He has it in his notebook. He's like, say this one for Adrian. He'll love it. There's like an Adrian with a
I
smiley
promise
face
I
in
did
his
not
notes.
write that in my notes.
Yeah.
That was
You wrote read this pun. It's for Beardy,
Adrian will
smiley
love the
face.
smiley
Get
face.
beard.
No, it's for Beardy, smiley face. That's what he has written in his notes.
But my biggest concern about this is like yeah, we dodged a bullet on this, but he's still gonna laugh at it. So like,
Just don't say it again.
we're past that. But here's the thing: just the fact that this was even possible to propose and be voted on, and because this
What
actually
state was this? I didn't hear.
New Mexico.
New Mexico.
Yeah.
New Mexico.
New Mexico, you guys got some work to do.
Yeah. So, like, this actually made it through originally, and then it was repealed after, law enforcement was refusing to enforce it. But the problem that I see with this is that now that we know that this can get the support that it needs to pass, where do we go from here? Because you got a lot of conservatives, especially like the really hardcore gun advocates out there, that they always talk about like, oh, they're not going to take away our gun rights, and like, well, that'll never happen. But it almost did.
Right.
Yeah.
It almost slipped through the cracks.
And this is what happens when Christians sit back and they don't want to, we don't play politics. No, you do, because you say Jesus is king. If you say Jesus is king, then you're already political. So you might as well get political, because you guys already are, because you say Jesus is king.
Right.
So when you sit on your, I'll careful, when you sit on your Achilles for the Hawaiians, and don't do anything, this is what happens, okay? Because the evil will take charge, and they will do stuff. Or you have, and then you have stuff like this, unjust laws being put in place. And so you need to know your Old Testament, and where there's studies coming. I'll use this to able to put in for this one. We also have our gateway theology, because some of you guys were talking about that. Gateway theology is coming back, and we're going to be talking on topics of like what happened with Andy Stanley, on him abandoning the Old Testament, saying, "Oh, we can unhitch from that. We don't need the Old Testament. We don't put We don't put Christian values and laws and stuff on people who don't believe them." Oh, really? Because Jesus said otherwise, and we're going to look into that. We also have our Bible study coming back. I know I've been saying that. We've been planning the conferences, which I want to say that too. That ready, because we have the abolition of abortion, Abolish Abortion Missouri conference, November 4th, 10 to 4. I will be speaking at that along with others. Pastor Brian Davis, Wes Scroggins. We already did an interview with him before. He's going to be there teaching. It's going to be a great time. So come out to that so you guys can learn about how to do this stuff and how to put in just laws like what we were trying to do in Missouri with the SB 356.
Yeah.
Going forward, so you guys can learn how to do that stuff. But yeah, so this is so New Mexico. Step up, start doing what God commands you guys to do, and start actually fulfilling the Great Commission, discipling the nations, teaching them to observe all that Jesus commanded. Go ahead, Scott. What else?
But yeah, you brought up like just like those like old laws and stuff like that. But they're slowly, when this whole gun rights thing happened, it really made me start thinking about like everything else that they are free to attack. And I'm like, you look at stuff that's already happened. I mean, you can, if you look really closely, you can see that Marxist agenda that they have. And like you look at how like parental rights are right now, and you look at like freedom of speech and freedom of religion and all of this stuff. And everybody knows, anybody who knows anything about Karl Marx and in his books, he's, he always said that, you have to destroy three things if you want to have a Marxist society. And one of them is like, you have to destroy religion, you have to destroy the family, and you have to destroy personal property.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So and you can already kind of see all of this stuff taking shape. I mean, with like freedom of speech, look at like during COVID, people were getting demonetized and censored on social media. Some people were banned from Twitter because they said things that turned out to be true, and they're attacking the church now too, because they're arresting people street preaching. They're arresting people for praying outside of clinics.
Right, and that's also the thing too with that is I like how they try to say, oh, you need to get rid of religion. Well, it's not get rid of religion, because everything is technically a religion, because it's based on what is religion.
It's
based
get
on
rid
beliefs.
of which one.
Yeah, so they're like, get rid of the religious beliefs that will oppose us, that have a foundation, that are not subjective to other beliefs, but actually have an objective view. So Christianity has that. So we have a standard, so we can say, no, sorry, this doesn't work. And that's what literally for if you start reading up on for North Korea on how they started on that dictator line was his parents were actually Christian missionaries, and so he lived under that, and so he knew the first thing he had to do was make sure Christianity does not come in play. And so he did that. He actually manipulated a lot of the Christian story to make him out to be the savior kind of thing too. And then once he was able to, then he sealed up and made sure that Christianity doesn't get in, because Christianity tends to stop dictators and tyrants. So
and you can also kind of see them attacking the parental rights too. I mean, not just with the trans stuff, because they're obviously they're trying to throw these consent laws out the window, because they're telling these kids that they can get these surgeries that are going to have horrible effects on them for the rest of their lives. So not only are they doing that, but I pulled a thing, a law, I forget what the name of it was again, or what section it was, but in the state of Washington, at the age of 12, you can, if you go to a doctor's visit, the parent is not allowed in the doctor's office unless the child consents to it.
Yeah, it's wicked.
And it just goes back to that Marxist thing, because if you can destroy that bond between a parent and a child, that is because the family is the last line of defense.
Mm-hmm.
and that, so if you can destroy that bond, you can easily bring that totalitarian influence in.
Well, and creating an ideology that goes against parents and separating parents and kids and stuff, because that's what we were dealing with when we were out at the clinic. Is the thing I remind parents when they're going in, I said, hey, this child is created in the image of God, and this child in your womb is given to you by God as a blessing and a gift, is what he says in his word. What God says in his word is that the child in the womb is a blessing and a gift. So when and what I also go on to say is, and this child also has a built-in automatic trust system for you, mom, that you will protect it,
Right.
that you'll do everything you can to protect the child in the womb. So it's already having to trust you. So that child's already having to trust you. So there is already a connection and a trust and a bond built between the mom and the baby. And so, yeah, when you start creating things that, oh, there isn't, and then, you have, oh, parents, you don't need to be there because there's none of this bond. There's no trust. There is no discipling. There's no really raising your kids. We're all just our own master and stuff. That's what it kind of leads to in there. So,
and then getting back to that other thing that it needs to destroy is the personal property thing. But I mean, you look at people like Bernie Sanders. What has he been pushing for the past few decades?
Rent.
And that's
share
these socialist policies of as you said, coveting other people's property.
Yeah,
Right.
And we can condemn that right away. I was just about to say, I'm glad you brought that up, Scott. Because that goes against God's law. God's law, and this is again Christians, why we can't unhitch from the Old Testament. We can't unhitch from God's law. God's law is made for the new. It was intended and planned and made for the new covenant. So we need to understand God's law and how it applies to society and how it applies now. in the context of the new covenant, because that's what it was intended for.
What is it? Romans 3:31. It
Yeah,
says.
you had a good verse that you were talking about when we were in the
Romans 3:31. I think it is. It talks about that the law establishes faith,
Yeah, but yeah, we
or
established
faith
the
establishes law. Yeah. So there's an intimate connection between law and faith. God says in Deuteronomy that if keep my commandments, you love me. Jesus says in Romans, if you love me, you'll keep my commandments.
See, and God's law presupposes that you own property.
Right.
So on how His law is written is you have ownership of property. So if God, since God's law applies,
Thou shalt not
you are
steal.
stewards of property.
right? So it already says like you have ownership. That's why it says you cannot steal, you cannot do this stuff. Here's that verse that you were talking about, Adrian. Romans chapter 3, verse 31. Do we then overthrow the law by this faith? By no means. On the contrary, we establish the law. And so if there anything to say, New Mexico, step up and start establishing God's law. Start Christian men and leaders. We need to start getting people into the offices, finding people who are willing to step up and to take those roles too is what we need. And we need faithful Christians following what God says. So, I'm enough said right there. So good call on the law there, Scott. What else you got?
Just going along with this whole topic of if like this country was founded upon Christian values, and you can't. People try to argue this, especially
Scott, you're gonna make people
especially libertarians. Libertarians like to make this point all the time because they're. I'm sorry, if you're a libertarian, you're basically just a closet lib. You're just.
He's about to make me spit a drink.
But if anybody refuses to believe that this country was built upon Christian values, I want you to save this quote in your phone. This is a quote from John Adams to the Massachusetts militia. This was in 1798. It says, "Our Constitution was made only for a moral and religious people. It is wholly inadequate to the government of any other."
Yep.
Yeah.
That's straight from a founding father.
Yep.
Right.
So that answers the question right there.
He also believed that the Independence Day would be celebrated on July 3rd.
Dun, dun, dun. Well, here we do.
Because that's when it was voted on. And then it was signed on the 4th.
Yeah, it's like the 1689 London Baptist Confession. It wasn't really
it's technically the second
It just
one.
sounds cool is what it really is.
The 1689 is technically the second one.
Enough said again. There's also I don't have it up right now for the notes on there, but the Supreme what was it? The United States versus the Holy Trinity.
Oh yeah.
That's a beast name.
Yeah.
The United States
Which has
versus the
yet to
Holy
be
Trinity.
combated.
Yeah, it's still to this day. It's upheld that from our, as they say, from our earliest stages that we were a Christian nation. Say "were" because we're struggling right
Yes,
now.
We're struggling.
We're struggling. But that's okay. But that's why again we're teaching Christians and we're saying, hey, you guys need to start doing the Great Commission, going up there and start getting involved in this stuff and start discipling the nations like we're commanded to do.
Yeah, climb out of your bunkers.
I'm like, we're just hitting this every time. I'm like, let's go. All right, what else?
And then back to the Honorable Jamal Bowman pulling that fire alarm.
Ooh.
For those who don't know, Jamal Bowman used to be a middle school principal. I
can see why he confused the door handle.
No.
Yeah.
He planned this. I literally did I not just say in the beginning it sounds like a kid in school like trying to get out of something? Like I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
Hey, it worked for them.
Yeah, dude.
But
It'll work for
my
me.
problem with
Telling
this, my problem with this, and I do have a clip of Marjorie Taylor Greene kind of roasting him on this, but I made this point like the day after this incident happened.
Scott wants credit.
So like, because his excuse was, well, I thought it was going to open the door. Like, really? You thought that the red panel on the wall
Don't you have to like push in?
That said fur alarm.
you
says fire.
You thought the bright red panel on the wall that says fire in big bold letters on it.
Right. That
You
had
thought,
to
oh,
literally-
that's gonna open the door.
You have to like do.
Yeah, there's the lever for the door.
Yeah.
That is hilarious. Yeah.
But anyway, let's hear from Marjorie Taylor Greene what she has to say about this.
Wait, what? You didn't send me that clip?
Yeah, I did. Sent you-
When?
Yesterday.
Dun, dun, dun.
No. I
All right. Well, if you don't have that,
the ones
move
I have
on.
are Gaetz talking about McCarthy. The Biden remix. The transmission issues. Let's see what else.
Transmission issue that gets me every time he says it. Okay,
Trump
we're gonna
possibly being speaker.
Okay, so we're gonna skip
Well, all right.
over
Well,
this.
then fine. Well, since we have to skip that, guys, did you hear about the new
Technical difficulties.
Did you hear about the new movie coming out? There's a 90s sitcom. That's
based off of 90s sitcom.
well, based off. Sorry,
I
based
love
off
90s sitcoms. You better not be messing with
this
me right now.
No,
based
not
off
at all.
If this is a troll, I'm gonna be very, very upset.
based off a 90s sitcom. All right, go ahead. Let's play that
no.
for them to see of this 90s
Everybody
sitcom.
looks-
So. Just so you know, I filmed this all with my phone.
That likes it. Definitely 720p.
Yeah, this is definitely a 90s sitcom for sure.
based off 90s.
Just that font.
The shoulder shrug.
Oh my goodness.
All right. In all seriousness, though, does that not look like somebody filmed all that with their?
Oh, that was 100% filmed
With their-
with a cell phone.
Oh, like, well, and what was going? Like, doesn't
I
that
don't
not
think it
look?
was their cell phone.
What was up with the judge?
Yeah,
That was perfect. That just looked like a
Dude, doesn't that
sitcom
look like-
opening.
Dude, I saw this. So I was sitting there, and all of a sudden, I just saw the video on that, and I was like, what is this? I thought it was just a joke that somebody like put all this stuff in, and I was like, this is a real clip. Like, you can see like the headlines on there.
Yep.
It was a real news clip, and I was like, are you serious right now? So I
Yeah,
sent
it
that-
was
Dude, I
originally
sent that to
from
Adrian.
Sky Australia.
Dude, yeah, I literally said that to Adrian. I'm like, dude, we're doing something with
And
this.
Adrian made this happen.
Yeah, Adrian. Yeah, congratulations to the captain. He made that happen. But did that not look like it could be easily a '90s sitcom?
Oh, yeah.
You sent that to me
I
yesterday.
would. I dare say I would probably be a huge fan. I would binge watch that for hours.
Just from that.
Just from that.
What do you-
I would be a huge
He's
fan.
telling his wife. He goes, we're watching Trump.
We're watching Everybody Loves Trump.
Trump.
The new episode
Starring
of Everybody
Letitia
Loves Trump is on.
Yeah, get in here, kids. We're
Letitia
watching-
James has
We're watching
a
Trump.
closeted love for Trump.
Yeah, like what was the judge? I should have put on there if we had
That
more time.
shoulder
I
shrug.
literally saw this the other day, and I sent to Adrian. I was like, dude, we got to have this for tomorrow. But I was like, when I saw him doing the camera, he just did the shoulder shrug thing. I was like, we should just do starring, the judge, and then put on there obviously his role, like obviously biased judge or something like that. Like, you know what I mean? It was just ridiculous. I was like, this looks like the most unprofessional court.
Leave a comment down below if you enjoyed that.
I think the cameraman should have been.
And actually
fired
leave a
for
comment.
sure.
Don't.
That focus, my goodness.
You're right. What was the whole thing that people running around?
See, okay, so like with camera stuff, like I could see why you could have problems with focus like that, But like, why on earth was it just a live feed that happened, or like what? Why would
No,
they?
people were using
why
it.
did they broadcast it? That's the main thing I want to know. It's like
because that
why
judge
was that put out?
That judge just allowed recording.
From what I heard
that's what it
though,
was.
and I didn't listen to a lot of it.
Yeah, but you could have cut it
stuff.
up and made it look better.
Right. Then
I
like-
did.
Unless it was live.
I made it better on their behalf.
Oh yeah, I mean, you did a fantastic job.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But yeah, for them though, that says it's professional.
Yeah, the person that's like running the camera.
Yeah.
I know it looks like one of those like horror film.
Looks like Scotty walked in there with his iPhone and tried to record.
Yeah.
running around from the they're doing
How dare you, sir? My iPhone has way better quality than that.
Oh, it's
That's
an
the funny thing
iPhone.
is because iPhones they have like camera stabilization in them
Right.
too.
Yeah.
So like if he was using an iPhone, he would have done a better job.
Clearly,
Like,
he was
funny
using an
enough.
Android.
I think
now.
this was recorded with a flip phone. that's what that quality reminds me of.
Samsung.
He was really going for that '90s theme.
CNN's out there with their Razor.
He walks in.
Oh,
with
the old Razor Edge.
he walks in with his
Razor
Sony Ericsson. Just
Oh, the brick bars. Oh my.
All right.
Those things were indestructible.
But here's the thing: Trump's face on that. The
Yeah,
whole
yeah, the
time.
whole time he's just stone
He's
faced.
literally just sitting there going like, "I am so screwed." Like,
You know, he appeared the second day and he didn't have to be there.
when that's what it's like, with the judge and stuff like that. It's like, just he looks at Trump and he just goes like this is how it is. From what I heard when I was listening to clips on there, apparently and you guys can go back and watch and stuff and correct me if I'm wrong on there, but from what appeared is they weren't even supposed to have the cameras in there, but the judge like all of a sudden let them in for just a little bit and then sent them back out and stuff.
Give them an inch, they take a mile.
Right. So what was the whole point of that? He's like, come in and just go. You guys can film Trump. like what was the? Oh well. He just looks at Trump and just. Oh,
That
wait,
person took the
they're filming
prime
me.
opportunity to get Letitia James on camera.
Trump's just sitting there. Make sure you get my good side.
Yeah. He goes, I'm having a staring contest with the judge. And I'm winning. Look it up. Not even worth the time on there. Meanwhile, the lady in the back thinks she's having a staring contest with Trump.
Yeah, that's
Trump on there.
Attorney General Letitia James.
Yeah, well, that
She
I would not
wholly
want to have a staring
despises
contest
Trump.
with that lady.
She was definitely mean mugging.
Dude, she will win a staring contest with you all day.
She's
I'm honestly
she's
surprised,
distant cousin.
I really want to
of
crop
Grumpy
just
the
crop
dwarf.
her image and just use her in the background of certain things, like have Andy Stanley
be
teaching
funny.
and going, "We need to unhitch from the Old Testament,"
And she's mean mugging him.
just have her in the background staring at him.
The only thing that was missing from that courtroom is Bernie sitting in the back with his little mittens on.
No, or to have Biden running around in the background.
Where's my pudding?
He's like, I was told that there was chocolate chip ice cream. in
I
here."
was told there were aliens here I could sniff.
Hey Brock, look at the TV.
I'm on TV, Brock.
hey Brock, I'm on camera.
Brock's sitting at home. Somebody please change the channel. This is ridiculous.
This is gonna happen. Good deal. All right, so be on the lookout for those films. We might not be in the film industry, but
No.
we'll see.
Yeah, if you guys like that, I will definitely be uploading that.
Adrian,
Maybe we could
Adrian
do,
did that in a matter of minutes, so give him some.
Okay, not minutes. Don't
It's
put me on such a
minutes,
pedestal.
multiple minutes. I never said it could have been like 60 minutes. It could have been.
It was a lot
120
of 60 minutes.
It's Hawaiian time. All right.
Coming next year on Reformed Labs.
Everybody loves Trump.
Everybody loves Trump.
Yeah, everybody loves Trump.
Especially the closeted Letitia James.
And then featuring Curb Appeal. That's what we need is Kirby in the background. Your business is bad and you should feel bad. Boo!
Absolutely.
All right, what else you got for us, Scott?
So, Kevin McCarthy is no longer Speaker of the House.
Yep.
Wah wah wah.
I was waiting
That's better.
for that one.
That's better.
So yeah, Matt Gaetz filed a motion to oust Kevin McCarthy from House speakership. House Democrats sided with Gaetz with a 216. I just had a Biden moment. 216 to 210.
Don't make
vote.
Kanoa spit out his drink.
So for the first time in United States history, a House Speaker has been removed.
What'd you say for the first? You said the first.
For the first time in U.S. history, they have successfully removed a speaker.
Yeah. And then Chad played God Wills It.
Okay. Yeah. So I don't even know what to say to that.
So yeah, on the one hand, I'm kind of happy about this because, I've said for a long time that McCarthy's kind of he's always been a little bit of a squish Republican. Like he'll
Scubala.
yeah, scubala is the perfect word for.
He's so squishy.
What was that?
But at the same time,
put
it
that
just kind of
soundbite in?
makes me concerned of, where do we go from here?
Right.
Because we could get somebody way better, or we could get somebody worse.
Right. So when is that taking place?
We don't know yet. As of right now, Patrick McHenry, not Patrick Henry. Patrick McHenry.
Okay, you missed. You forgot to put the MC.
I did.
And that's why I put "Give me liberty or give me death."
Yeah, well, it was well played. I'll give you that.
It was.
It was well played.
No,
There was no crickets for
No,
that. Okay,
sorry,
it was
no.
well played.
He's like slapping Chad's.
Because when I sent that
clapping
message and realized that I misspelled it, I face palmed so hard. I was like,
I can still see the imprint.
yeah, you can still see the imprint.
Yes, it's right
All right.
there.
So
chat.
what's the
It's right
plan?
there.
So we could get somebody better. We could get somebody worse.
Yeah, Patrick McHenry will temporarily serve as speaker until another one is chosen. But on the bright side of this, as soon as Patrick McHenry took over, one of his first actions was forcing the Wicked Witch of D.C., aka Nancy Pelosi, to vacate the Capitol by the next day.
She gone.
She gone.
She
is
gone.
correct.
Yeah, we need that.
You
sound.
need to pack your bags.
I
So
heard she
that was
wasn't very happy about that.
so that's positive news. As to
Yeah,
who's going
hashtag
to
that
replace
post
him,
mill.
And don't grab that fur alarm on your way out.
What I can't figure out is why did they I don't know, why is she still there? why was
They're literally like, why are you here right now?
She hadn't been there for
It's
pretty
for
good
racial
amount of time.
inclusivity.
Yeah, like whatever.
Oh no, Nancy
Yeah,
Pelosi,
Nancy, I
not
was
Warren.
like-
Ugh, face bomb
Elizabeth
for
Warren.
me.
So you're talking-
All right, yeah, but that's a good point, Chad.
Yeah.
Why are you still here?
How long was he speaker? Like 6 months?
8 months.
8 months.
8 months. So he's the first speaker to be removed, and I think he might actually have served the least. 8 months.
Wow.
That's 2 records in one.
It was his first day and his last.
And he left like a dog.
He left like a dog.
Nice.
Yeah. So as
Soleimani
far as
reference.
who's gonna replace, there's a lot of names
Right.
on deck. But the one that is the scariest is if we get Hakeem Jeffries. That's gonna be a major disaster. But right here on this live stream, I am hereby putting in the name of Alex Jones for Speaker of the House. Could you guys imagine?
yes,
Could you guys imagine?
Let me hit that again.
yes,
guys-
I'm on board.
Could you guys imagine
Happening.
giving Alex Jones?
Man, if I knew you were gonna say that, I would have warmed up my voice. I had to really warm up. I know I had to really warm up my voice for that. let me tell you here. They're turning the White House gay. They got the pride flags going on.
There's no bum piss around here.
He just shows up every day in a tank.
You know why he's got that tank? To escape all that bum piss.
But you know what? I second that. You know how fun that would be.
Dude,
Like,
Yes.
could you imagine? Imagine handing Alex Jones the gavel. That's like giving Thor his hammer. Okay, that would just be the most beautiful thing I've ever seen on the planet.
well,
but-
let me tell you. I can't do the voice right now. I was just preaching for how many hours out there.
Yeah,
That ain't
but
happening.
I feel you, man.
I wish I would have known you were doing that.
But if we can't get Alex Jones, I guess
Get over it.
I guess I would support Jim Jordan. But
Oh yeah, isn't Trump endorsing him?
Trump is endorsing Jim Jordan. Yes.
Yes, I also grabbed a clip for that.
Good on you.
Yeah,
Look at you staying on top of it. Unlike me, who can't remember to send a clip.
yeah. I already checked. You didn't send it.
I thought I sent it.
Dun dun dun.
I blame my phone. I'm
Well,
putting the blame
and that's
on my
easy to-
phone.
that's
It's got
easy to do.
stabilization, but it can't send a
I was about
clip.
to say that's easy to do. It's an iPhone, so we'll give you that one.
Hold on there, buddy. Hold your horses.
Get ready to mute him. I want that.
Crowder shut up
I want that
button.
Crowder shut up button on hand ready.
And done.
Make sure you mute him. All right.
Yeah, I like Jim Jordan for the job. You know, he's proven himself to be a pretty good conservative, and I think he'd be a pretty good speaker. But there's a lot of talk about Trump being the next Speaker of the House, and
Right. That's what I was gonna say. That I heard
wild,
about.
too.
That.
I know
That
like,
wasn't a nearly like that's not as like I mean when you said Alex Jones I'm like oh my gosh but
And,
I think Trump is pretty nuclear as well.
I think Trump. It would. Could you guys imagine Trump like coming in as Speaker of the House, impeaching Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, and then Trump's the president again? And it's
Trump's back, baby.
He did already say that if nobody steps up, he wouldn't mind taking the gig for a little
Right,
bit.
right.
So he's going to utilize that
That's what
time.
they
He's going to get
say.
busy.
and we do have the clip of them asking Trump about.
Oh, so we're just going to skip to like clip number 3
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
instead of going clip
Be
1.
flexible.
I mean,
All right. Okay. Well, we got McCarthy here.
No. Let's do it
No,
your
yeah,
way.
you can't do that. I'm intrigued now. I want to see this.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're like right on this conversation.
Yeah, let's do it.
Bounce around.
Play
Let's
it.
do
If we have to flip flop it around,
No,
it
Adrian
just-
needs to be flexible. This is good for him.
the videos are on the same topic. We'll be fine.
He's over there kicking me on the table. I'm like, ow, what are you doing? Stop it, Adrian.
All right. So that one's actually clip 2.
Okay. See, you don't even have a clip right, so I don't want to hear any more
No,
complaining.
clip
from
3
you.
is the one about Biden. So,
All right, let's go.
and then I also have clip 2.5, which is, pertinent too.
That's how we run
That's the
things.
Jordan one.
Two House Republicans are working to shore up support in their bid to replace House Speaker Kevin McCarthy. Some GOP members, however, are backing another prominent figure. Fox's Madeline Rivera is following the race for the new leader.
Could the next House Speaker be Donald Trump? Reports are swirling that the former president will
Could
come to
very well
Washington
be.
Tuesday to talk to House Republicans.
is that
Congresswoman Marjorie
whenever,
Taylor Greene says
she
she's
tore up
leading
the
the
speech?
charge to draft Trump for the speakership.
I think President Trump is exactly the right outsider for this.
Whether he could even serve is an open question.
He's an
Trump faces more than 90
I can just
charges
already
across
imagine.
4 criminal cases.
I'll be tearing up
He's
more than
also been
speeches.
non-committal to join a race that could be contentious.
The margins are just too thin to assume that you have something
Liz?
in the bag.
The White House is refusing to weigh in on the
I
possibility of
refrained
Trump
from
as
making any
Speaker.
joke on that one when she started saying
for
thin.
House Republicans to figure out.
Still, they will have to work closely with whoever wins
Man,
the gavel
Alex Jones
to
would
push some of
do
their
a
key
better job
initiatives, like
slamming that
continued
gavel.
funding for
Yeah.
Ukraine.
He would.
You
House
saw that guy.
Judiciary
He put a
Chairman
lot of
Jim
oomph in
Jordan,
there.
a
break.
conservative
They would
firebrand
go
who's
through
running
like
for Kevin
17
McCarthy's old
gavels in
job,
1 week.
is already promising to be tough on the president.
slam a
Other GOP members are supporting the number 2 Republican in the House.
This is how you do a gavel.
Majority
If you
leader
turn it-
Steve
if you take
Scalise
that mask off, you
believing
probably
he's
breathe
the only
better.
one who can unite their deeply fractured conference.
Something that could happen, they could go into conference next week, and it could be a total, knife fight.
House Republicans and House
could be a
Democrats are
total
huddling in
scuba
closed-door
show.
meetings on Tuesday.
That
to
lady has
select
never
their
seen a
speaker
knife fight in her
candidates.
life.
With the first of who knows how many votes
no, she's like
expected on Wednesday.
100 pounds.
In Washington, Madeline Rivera, Fox 26 News.
She's like, it's like a knife fight. I'm like, that's not how that works. But all right, so Trump. Well, how do you guys feel about that?
If he did what I said he should do, impeach Biden and Harris and take over himself. I mean, there you go.
We're gonna take over the White House.
That's the easiest way to skip the election cycle. Right? could you imagine? Like,
and that's why I wouldn't want it. Like that's like what I wouldn't want to see.
He's playing cutsies.
People already say that he is like a tyrant and that he is a fascist enough.
That's true.
And like him going in and then like I don't know. See, I just wanted I want to see like the people pay for their crimes. Like, but like if he was the one doing it, that would be like it wouldn't look. It's not a good look.
They would paint him as they would paint him as the villain that they say he is.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Even if that is justified, it's just not a good look.
And that's a good point that Chad brought up, is people are already making the claim and stuff like that, so that would just literally everybody be going, see, I told you. So that definitely wouldn't be a good move for Trump.
It definitely makes him look better if he wins the election fairly.
Yeah. Yep. The
most fair election.
I was thinking the same thing. The most fair election, round 2, and the second most fair election. But yeah, I mean, I think it would be fun if he was in there. But
I mean, it would be entertaining.
I know. Yeah, entertaining.
Although,
but
I don't know. I'd rather see. I think Alex Jones would be even more entertaining.
right. All right. If we're going for entertaining,
fun, yeah.
But I like if like people just absolutely melting and losing their minds. Trump would be good.
Right. All right. So, what are your guys' thoughts? Comment below on that stuff. Let us know what your thoughts. Do you think Trump would that
maybe we're the minority here?
Yeah, everybody's like, yeah, this
Alex
is
Jones would make a great speaker.
If you have a great scenario of like how that would play out if Trump became Speaker of the House,
right?
No.
And do you agree with us that would that be a bad move for Trump to go that route, or would it be a good thing because he gets them out? But it's just, I mean, I agree with Chad on that one. I feel like that's just a bad road to go down. Yeah. All right, what's next?
And we got the McCarthy.
All right, let's roll with Adrian. You got that ready to roll?
Gaetz.
You got that ready to roll? Let's roll it out.
Clip number 1.
Here we go.
Is outside the Capitol right now.
Congressman Gaetz, if not McCarthy, then
analyzed the House of Representatives
it's
today.
Weird. Does McCarthy or not McCarthy?
People have called you a
Gaetz
narcissist. People say
is it just me, or does he look like a villain? Like he just he just looks like every villain ever.
He looks like Dr. Doom before he dons the outfit.
He made an agreement in January.
Looks like he'd make a good Two-Face in Batman.
Yes.
Oh yeah, a good Harvey. Yeah.
He looks like he could make a good like human airport. You could land a 747.
We face a de-dollarization globally that will crush Americans, working class Americans. Kevin McCarthy is a feature of the swamp.
That's horrible.
He has risen to power by collecting special interest money and redistributing that money in exchange for favors. We are
He'd be so great if he didn't have that, runway beforehand.
So if not Kevin McCarthy, then who?
You said last night that Steve Scalise was a name that you floated to potentially be Speaker. Where do things stand right now?
Steve Scalise is the other one I forgot to mention.
Well, the stages of grief, I think, are in progress right now with some of my colleagues. I think there was a stage of denial, and I've certainly experienced
They're grieving over someone who ruined
I think the world of Steve Scalise. I think he'd make a phenomenal speaker.
We've got less than 45.
I'm afraid of $33 trillion in debt crushing the working people in my district. I'm afraid of the dollar losing its status as the global reserve currency. If they want to expel me, let me know when they have the vote.
We've got less than 45 days left before we've got less than 45 days left before you have to pass a budget, which is something that you've been wanting to do. Doesn't this just completely paralyze the House? I mean, we could see 15 more rounds.
I don't think we will. I think Kevin McCarthy should take a hint. After 15 ballots to become Speaker, after 8 months of a failed speakership, and after removal in this historic manner, I think we should move on and find somebody else. What's paralyzed the House of Representatives has been the failure of Speaker McCarthy. What paralyzed the House of Representatives was not taking up appropriations bills. We left for a 6-week vacation. while the appropriations process hung in the balance. And because I forced these people to take a few votes, you think I'm paralyzing
I would
the House
say
of
by
Representatives?
not having godly
I think the House of
leaders and
Representatives
godly men is what
has been
actually did
paralyzed
it,
for the
sir.
last several decades as we've refused
Not
to
having
pass a
godly
budget,
leaders is
as
what
we've
led to
governed by
McCarthy.
continuing resolution and omnibus bill. So I think that this represents the ripping off of the Band-Aid, and that's what we need to do to get back on track.
How do you pass anything?
Christians,
if
take this
200
opportunity,
Republicans-
rise up.
How do you pass anything?
Speak to your representatives.
Who argue you don't have another name right now. You don't have someone else who could get 218 votes. What do you tell those folks?
Well, I would
We
tell them
have
that for
Alex
certain
Jones.
Kevin McCarthy can't get 218 votes.
Who needs
Let's try
218
next
votes? We got Alex Jones.
With
Pro tem, obviously.
Yeah,
there would have to be a
Alex
real
Jones,
meeting of
you
the
guys
minds
think
there.
that he would
Mr.
actually
Gaetz, how do you
get enough
pass something
votes?
if there's 200
No.
if there's 200 Republicans?
No, he's too.
The guy can't even get on any social media platforms. He's been banned from every single social media platform.
Wasn't he allowed back on
Yes.
X?
Congressman, at
They
this
allowed him
point,
back on
yourself
X,
forward
yeah.
for the speakership?
I think-
Absolutely.
Is he on
I have no
Truth
desire to be
Social?
Speaker of the
How
House.
do you pass
Yeah,
something,
probably.
Congressman?
I have
With
not
all due
checked.
respect, how do you pass something if you
All right,
don't have 200 Republicans behind you?
Enough said on the
Right. I
on
think
the
there.
world is
Anything
on
else
that.
we want to
He's a
add
great speaker.
on that?
Congressman, are you going to read any of these? Have you spoken with Scalise? Have you spoken with Hummer?
Is he back on?
I've spoken with him, but I'll probably keep our conversations between
X.
Alex Jones.
Congressman, take this
I
one.
think I think Elon lifted the ban on him on X, but
Chad's over there
we gotta
clicking
move to the next
follow.
step. You know, we are not at the end of this process, okay? At
follow
most, we're
and then respond to tweet. Please run for Speaker of.
Yeah,
the
right.
House."
Seriously. But all right, any other thoughts on that? On what's going on, what's happening? I mean,
Later
he was
on,
right.
he talks
goes,
about potential speakers. I know that.
I would like to see somebody that would go in there and actually like indict over the Burisma stuff.
Yeah.
And like basically see that through. That's what I'd like to see. I don't really see. I don't know. Like I don't know enough of those people to like. I don't really follow enough of those.
Right,
people
and
to-
see, and I admit failure on that part too, because there's not enough people that I know on there, and that's what I slowly started learning is, and Christians that we all need to start learning on that one is we need to know, like the lesser magistrates and start knowing we need to be better at knowing how the system works.
Yeah, and mainly your local.
Right, and that's what I was gonna say too, because that's what we've been hitting on for. Ending abortion in the state of Missouri is who are we voting in? Who's willing to do that? Because the pro-life people, the pro-life is they're not going to do it anymore. So we're working on getting them out now and getting abolition like leaders that are willing to step up and to do what needs to be done, and then slowly keep going from there and promoting godly leaders into that. And yeah, local governments, and that's what needs to happen. But that's what we also need to know how that works, so we can eventually get into the main houses and stuff like that. Anything else? Any comments, Scott?
So they did actually ask Trump about about whether what he would do if he was going to run for Speaker of the House, and I believe we have that clip.
Scott's in doubts now. He's like, do we have the clip? It could be.
It could be in there, and it could be completely gone.
The clip should be there. I didn't say that. They said that.
I was still there looking. I was talking with Adrian about a
I
clip.
thought we already played that. I mean, the only thing that I have is 2.5, which is what I grabbed for Trump endorsing Jordan.
I think this is the one.
Play that up. Let's go.
That's not one that you sent me, but okay.
That's all right. There it is. It's a picture of Scott.
That's 2.5.
So handsome.
I'm voting for Scott.
Nope, that's the wrong one. Not that one yet. Not transmission issues.
So unorganized.
That one.
Let's go.
Okay, this is the one where he endorses Jordan.
Yeah.
All right.
By the way, you did not send that one to me.
Inserting himself squarely into the speaker's
Seriously?
race, throwing his weight behind conservative Ohio Republican Jim
Did you
Jordan.
check the
In a
Reform
post on
Roundish
Truth Social,
table
Mr.
group,
Trump
or
writing
did you
Jordan,
pull
quote,
from the?
"Will be a
Hold
great
on.
Speaker of the
You guys
House
had that
and has my
conversation later.
complete and total endorsement.
No, we gotta have it
Jordan is
now.
a close Trump ally.
President Trump did more of what he said he would do than any president in my lifetime.
And Mr. Trump had already
That's
been
true.
a looming
That is
presence
true.
in the
Very
speaker
true.
race, itself a sign of the Republican Party moving further to the right and becoming more pro-Trump. Trump saying just yesterday to Fox News Digital that he would accept a short-term role as Speaker himself if the GOP couldn't decide.
A lot of people have been calling me about Speaker. All I can say is we'll do whatever's best for the country and for the Republican Party.
It comes after former House Speaker Kevin McCarthy
That's
was
what
ousted
a lot of
for the
people
first
are
time in
saying.
history by 8 rebel Republicans, led by
A lot of
Florida's
people-
Matt Gaetz.
If it's Speaker Jim Jordan or Speaker Steve Scalise, there will be very
A lot
few
of people have been
conservatives in
calling
the
me.
country who don't see that as a monumental upgrade.
Both candidates for the
eyebrow,
speakership
man.
are
What
strong
is
Trump
up with
supporters.
that?
But
And it's
Jordan
just
is a conservative firebrand,
huge.
leading the impeachment inquiry into President Biden, famous for his combative style.
like a
and
giant
staunch Trump
caterpillar
defender during both of
slithering
Mr. Trump's
across his
impeachments.
head.
The Republican Party now thrown into chaos, deeply divided as moderates, with their eye on the 2024 election, still distressed by McCarthy's exit.
We have an obligation to get back to work on behalf of the American people, to stop the inter-party squabble, and to focus on the issues that actually matter to people.
Whoever the next speaker is will have a lot on their plate, including avoiding yet another looming government shutdown, now just weeks away.
Another government shutdown. Don't even get me started on the
Right.
topic.
Shut it down. I don't
Yeah.
By the way, when Trump was talking, I actually had to amplify that. I had to section that off and make him talking louder because it was quite quiet.
Yeah, they don't want him speaking. But all right. So and here's the thing with that. Like, one, our Trump is always hilarious. A lot of people have been already contacting me about running for the speaker. But
many people.
so many people. All right, but here's the thing. When do we find out if Trump's going to be able to run for president? Isn't there talk that he might not be able to?
Okay, so when it comes to that, the Supreme Court actually did reject the. Because I read this article yesterday. The Supreme Court rejected the claim that under the which amendment was it? The like the amendment that keeps him from because of like insurrection and stuff like that. The Supreme Court has rejected that nothing was violated under that, considering that he didn't call for violence.
Right.
He did not incite.
Don't do violence. That's clearly a call of violence.
Yeah, and then the message he put out, they like
right
shut it down.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
So they're
Don't
trying
do
to say,
violence.
be
Yeah.
peaceful, and they're like, yeah, let's close down then.
Right. Yeah. Be
Shut it
peaceful.
down.
Clearly, be peaceful. Well, because they're used to their peaceful protests.
Can't be having
So
that.
you know when Trump's saying, "Hey, we want to be peaceful," and they're sitting here going, "This is peaceful protest going on." They're, you know, it's. We could give them a break, all right? They don't know what peaceful protests look like, so it's you know,
Yeah,
it's understandable.
Like, I mean, when you've got news reporters out there
Mostly
with somebody burning down a Goodwill in the background, just you know, there's a lot of protesting going on here, but it's mostly peaceful.
So of course they got terrified when Trump said "be peaceful." They're like, "Oh my goodness!"
Yeah,
mostly peaceful.
Triggered.
Yeah, mostly peaceful. They're like, they're gonna burn it down. What else you got for us?
So Biden is you know, because it's pretty obvious that he's on his way out of office.
Wait, time out. Be clear when you say that.
Out of office. out of the White House.
I mean,
a flat line.
Yeah, I was like,
he is up there.
I was like, wow.
I mean, to be fair,
Are we like mentally? Is like, be clear.
I would say all of the above, but
Yes.
but in this case, for this scenario, he's on his way out of the White House because you know he's not gonna get another term. But
but is he still running? Right? He's
still gonna try to run. Yes.
No, honestly, after thinking about it a little bit,
We have
'cause
videos of him trying to run, and it doesn't work
I
out.
do think Trump, like, I kind of want to take back, like, I do think Trump would be, like, I would rather see Trump not be president again because he can only do, like, 4 years, and we need somebody who can do 8, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I do think him becoming House Speaker would actually be a really good move, even though,
it would be
kinda
cool
look bad.
having Trump and then get DeSantis, somebody,
or
somebody else in there.
Yeah,
I mean that would be, although not with those two butting heads a little bit now. Now it's maybe a little
they
concerning.
wouldn't butt heads.
I don't think they would butt heads.
Race thing.
Yeah, I don't think they would.
Well, I mean, a presidential race thing. It's a race thing.
It's a race to the finish. Who's going to cross the line?
But anyway, with Biden being on his way out of office,
right?
He has been working on his rap career.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
He's got to find something to do.
And he's got his new hit single out.
Yeah, Biden's got a mixtape.
New hit single.
Yeah, Biden's got a very fire.
I haven't heard any of this, but
Yeah, this is lit.
Yeah,
I think that's what the kids say nowadays.
Yeah,
it's lit.
Yeah, they're saying it's lit.
This is going to be the new music that I'm going to hear
add
them
fam
play on
in
it.
there too. It's lit, fam.
It's lit, fam. All right, let's hear this. I'm a little afraid.
I learned a lot. And I learned that I learned a lot. Anyway, Bo is associated here. Anyway, the point I want to make is I learned so much.
The drop's coming up.
Oh yeah,
and it hits.
Black, white, all colors, all backgrounds. But I mean, come on, man. Men, women, gay, straight, everyone deserves a shot. You know, come on, man. You know the thing. You know what I mean? You know the thing. You know what I mean? What I have to do is I have to continue talking about the things. Come on, man. I came down here because I remember the first bumper sticker I saw. I learned that that turned blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight. Back up again. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. My bucket's jumping on my lap. I'm in trouble. What are you nuts? Dead. You know, come on, man. Give me a taking cocaine or not? What do you think? Come on, man. Black, white, all colors, all backgrounds. But I mean, come on, man.
Come on,
women, gay, straight, everyone deserves a shot. You know, come on, man. You know the thing. You know what I mean? You know the thing. You know what I mean? Come on, man. You have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black. Come on, man. He was a bad dude, and he ran a bunch of bad boys. That guy who is stable genius. I am very willing to let the public my physical and mental my physical as well as my mental fitness. Come on, man. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. White kids. Come on, man. I mean, come on. Take a look at the record. I know a lot of weed smokers. Come on, man. Black, white, all colors, all backgrounds. But I mean, come on, man. Men, women, gay, straight, everyone deserves a shot. You know, man. You know the thing. You know what I mean? You know the thing. You know what I mean? Come on, man.
It sounds like it's completely like drunk when you're like, you know what I mean? It's like slurring.
Hilarious. Are we gonna get a copyright for that one?
We were kind of talking throughout it, so
that's hilarious.
Yeah, that's
good.
I dig it.
When is that drop again?
Yeah.
Shortly after the release of Everybody
the
Loves
album,
Trump.
not Biden.
Yes.
Oh yeah, sorry.
All right,
what there, Chadley?
What else we got on the?
Well, we know about the transmission issues.
Yeah, there is a lot of transmission issues going on in this country
people
today.
get that checked out.
What's wrong with you people?
Yeah. So
this was a couple years ago, I think, or maybe last year or the year before. I don't remember, but it's kind of an old clip. But
yeah, and don't we have like some sort of epidemic of like mattress store owners too having issues?
Yeah.
But we can talk about that after we have this public service announcement about transmissions.
Yeah, I think we should. I think the transmission issues is a little more important than racist mattress store owners. So we'll get that. We'll get back to that.
Okay.
All right. Let's do what. So let's see these transmissions.
So this happened to a Sonic manager And he had an encounter with somebody who seems to be very confused as to who he is.
Was the person confused, or was the owner confused?
A little of both.
A little of both. Okay.
Well, a lot of one and a little of the other.
All right,
You'll figure out. I took editorial liberties on this one too. So
deal.
Why you want to record me? Because your entire staff has been calling me sir. Okay.
It's ma'am.
Why don't you tell me what we can do now?
Because I can do the same thing with you.
Okay, but your entire staff has been calling me sir the entire time.
Okay.
What about me looks like a sir right now?
Well.
Look, I'm sorry, and I apologize for what happened. Okay, if they did that, or I'm sorry. What else can I tell you?
Manager.
What else can I tell you?
What?
If you're can we please move to the side?
If I'm a what?
Can we move to the side?
If I'm a what?
In fairness, I think he was just saying if you can just
because they saw
move
the
to the
name on my
side.
credit card,
But he
and
stumbled on his words.
they were not being nice people.
Well, I mean, that's all your name on the credit card. What do you want them to tell you?
That has nothing to do with it. There could be someone in the back that they don't see that's paying.
Okay, ma'am.
So why would they intentionally do that? Can you tell me what your location has done to be trans competent?
I don't know.
Okay.
They're probably terrified of you.
Discriminate anybody.
Every Sonic worker that I know checks back seats,
No,
so they
it's
know.
not that I feel. It's that I was discriminated against.
Stop it. Get some help.
I would like you to promise me that you will stop treating trans people this way.
How I'm treating you? I'm treating you bad? And I'm doing
your staff.
Your name on the credit card, it's a feminine name?
No.
Exactly. They're not discriminating you.
Yes, no, they are. Because someone else could be paying.
My sexuality, whatever it is, and I feel confident of who I am.
I'm not talking about sexuality. You don't even know what we're talking about. So how can you tell me I don't know what I'm talking about? We're talking about gender identity. You're talking about sexuality.
Okay, to me, I'm a male.
I like how this is happening in a Sonic parking lot.
What are you?
What would you assume looking at me?
What are you?
What would you assume looking at me?
I assume that you're a man.
Wait, time out.
Passability equals my safety. The more passable I am as a cisgender woman, the less likely I am to experience discrimination. It doesn't matter how I show up. I am a woman.
It's like every single day, you guys, and this is what I complain about all the time. Look, what's his name?
This is another situation. They walk into a Popeyes.
Oh, wow. This guy called me sir. I get this happens every day. Everywhere I go, I get called sir. I'm so hurt. Why would you call a chick big ass? Why would you call?
It's ma'am.
We're crazy.
So bold
That guy
strategy,
sounded like
Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
that guy sounded like.
Can you go back to the face of the first car?
I don't know if it's his dad or his brother, that Napoleon Dynamite, the nerdy one.
Yeah, where does this show to where she shows the face? Does this look like a guy to you? Yeah, keep going.
I love how he has to like turn the camera over to himself, like we're supposed to just sit here and affirm, like, oh yeah, that's definitely a woman.
There, go back.
I don't know what he's thinking.
There, hold on. There you go. Play that. All right, real quick.
Look at that manly face. I mean,
poor Chad though, because for some reason the lighting on Chad's lips. Go to Chad's camera. Pull up Chad's camera.
Oh,
so look at the thing on there. All right, now pull up Chad's camera. Hold on, look this way, Chad. So like down for some reason the lighting
looked similar.
The lighting when the way the lighting, because the lighting a little bit, it was like lighting your lips really pink. So when I saw that, I was like, what does it look like, Chad? Sorry.
I still look like a man.
It's Chad's over here. It's ma'am. Dude, you're serious.
Okay.
So, what are you? So I can call you a sir or ma'am. What are you?
What would you assume looking at me?
Why are you?
What are you?
What would you assume looking at me?
I assume that you're a man. Okay.
I like how they're always so shocked.
The more passable I am as a cisgender woman, the less likely I am to experience discrimination. It doesn't matter how I show up. I am a woman.
It's like every single day, you guys, and this is why.
That person sounds like like the dad from Napoleon Dynamite. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys.
Dude, yeah, hilarious. All right, like, and again, all right, we've had this. What are you getting ready with another clip? Is that what's going on?
After, but yeah.
Okay, again with this country, and you know what? I applaud those people for not playing into, because we're called as Christians not to live a lie.
Yep. You
Right?
look like a man.
So we're you look like
Great on you, Sonic Manager. Great on you. I applaud you.
Like, I vote for him to be the speaker.
Yes.
That guy tells me he's gonna be
like,
honest.
look, to me, I'm a man because I am a man, and you look like a man too.
What do I look like? You believe this? I was expecting, like, thank God it wasn't a person with a beard.
The manager even gives the guy a chance to just like end it. He's like,
well, and that's what
the manager says. Well, what do you want me to call you?
Right, and see, and that's what he was at least.
And
getting
then the
benefit
guy
now.
pushes the manager, saying,
because,
well, tell me what you think.
Yeah, because it doesn't really matter.
Right.
Right.
It's just about escalating.
Yes, yeah, because if you want to be called Steve, Sam, or whatever, you know, what do you want to be called? Sure, nickname, cool. You want to be called whatever.
Yeah, this guy pretending to be a woman.
But that's not what they're going. That's not what they're
pushing.
going for. It's not enough that, because I'm like, because I was talking to a friend when we were driving in the car, and that's what he was asking. He's like, I don't know what to do in these situations, because he had a friend that transitioned to a woman or whatever, and so he was like, he's like, I don't know what to how do you handle these situations when you have somebody that I just said I normally just call them by name, you know. If I have to do, just call them by name.
Yeah,
that's the best.
Feel like I have people call me ma'am all the time, like sometimes, like when I'm talking.
How
like,
dare you?
Yeah, I'm like,
all right. Well, and you know what? And I slipped up one time, like crazy story when I was when I worked for this company and I was managing on stuff. They called for a manager because this lady was upset. So I get on the phone, and it was one of those days where I've been working like 4 a.m. and we're going on like 7 p.m. or whatever, and so they call and she's complaining about stuff, and she's sitting there and she's like saying all this stuff, and she's getting loud and stuff, and I'm trying to calm her down, and I've been calling her ma'am the whole time. Well, I accidentally said sir, and all of a sudden she just, sir, will you listen here, sir? I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna report this, sir, and you better make sure you did it, sir. And she goes, and how do you feel about that, sir? Well, it's been a long day. I lost it. And so I looked and I go, well, here's what's going down, man. I said, I'm having trouble. I'm going to have trouble finding that person that you're mad at, or one of our employees, because one, you keep referring to him as this, but I don't know what they identify as. I said, oh, and by the way, I identify as ma'am. And she just gets pencil drop silent. And even my staff was all sitting there all turned and whatever. And because I was so mad, so she kept, sir. I go, well, just so you know, I said, I identify as ma'am. And she literally also pencil drop silent. She gets really polite, and also she goes, well, is there somebody else I can contact? And really quiet all of a sudden. And I said, absolutely, you can contact this person at this number at here. She goes, okay, thank you so much. You have a great day. Said,
what an Uno reverse card.
You know what I mean? But that's what I was like, and and I was, and my wife was actually there for that because we worked at the same job at the time. She was like, and stuff. But I was losing it. I was like, I was working so long. I was like, you caught me on the wrong day. I'm like, you know what? I'm like, it's ma'am. but instant change. Right. You know what I mean? Like that, because it's a silly game that we can play, that I can be at that moment, for that split second, it's ma'am now.
Yeah.
What's up? You know what I mean?
What's up?
Yeah, what's up? What's up? It's ma'am now.
Yeah, that GameStop guy that says it's ma'am, he reminds me of the Cash Me Outside girl.
Right. Yeah. But and that's the silliness about the game is we can make believe anytime we want, whenever it conveniences us. And in that moment of me just being angry, you know what I mean? I was able to also go, it's ma'am now. And what did she have to do? She couldn't yell at me anymore.
Nope.
She couldn't get me on anything. So all of a sudden she's like, oh, have a great day. And I was looking when we got the phone, I'm like, yeah, here, call this number. You know what I mean? And I was like, what a joke.
Yeah.
But that's the game we can play, is you want to play and do all this stuff. Well, so can I at any given time. And that was one of the arguments this lady made at the clinic. She yells, she's sitting in her car, she pulls over, she goes, oh, I just want to know, how are you, a man, going to tell me, a woman, what to do with my own body? And I looked at her and I just go, I go, man, well, with your beliefs, I could be a woman right now if I wanted to. And she looks and she goes, you right. You right, and just literally drives away and just goes, you right, you right, and literally she didn't know what to say. I was like, that's the problem with your worldview. When you don't have God as your standard, when you, the fear, Proverbs chapter 1, verse 7, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge and wisdom. The beginning of knowledge. The moment you reject God and you say, no God for me, no God for society, no God right here, then you lose knowledge. You can't prove anything. You can't use any. It's literally you get God or absurdity. That's what you get. Those are your options. And so, and this just continues to prove it. All right. When we want to play games, and I'm tired of playing games. You know, it says what James White always says: Christ or chaos. And I'm tired of the chaos. You know, are you kind of thing? So Christians, let's stop playing the games. Let's stop playing pretend. And let's start and for. But here's the thing: it's not going to change if we just sit around. All right, we have to get in there and play the game. You know what I mean? Get in there, stop sitting on the bench, get in there and play the game. And so we need to. Christians, get political. You already are. You say Jesus is king. Yep. So what's up with this mattress ordeal now? So now you guys are.
Hold on. To go
go ahead. Yeah.
This, and I think a lot of the issue with this whole situation nowadays is like we don't really have a whole bunch of like for men in particular, like we don't really have like any like godly men for like young men to look up to anymore,
right?
Because you know, you look at all these different people and who do these young kids have to look up to? You know, a lot of younger kids, they look up to people like Andrew Tate and
dude, I'm so glad you said that.
The wrong types of people, because like, you know, they and then you wonder why some of these like young men are so messed up in the head now, because you know they're following this guy who's telling them like all these like wrong things about how like women are this and that, and you know, they call him the top G, and that's the problem, is that they're following the wrong top
right
G.
And that has actually happened a lot. I had a couple parents and grandparents and stuff tell me about their kids, and they're like, my kid's starting to look into Islam, my kid's going to look into Islam stuff. And I'm like, and it's just, and this was like 5 different times with 5 different, like, you know, my teenage son, our teenage grandson, they're starting to look into Islam, and I'm like, why? And then they're like, well, they follow this guy named Andrew Tate, and I'm like, so like, it's interesting that you just said that on the thing, because it's like that's coming up, and that's the problem is Christians. If we don't study, if we don't learn, if we don't know how to engage, then that's what will rise up, a different ideology, because it's really easy to beat the simple we have no worldview, like what the one girl said, I live in a world of I don't know. I'm like, do you know that? That's easy for Islam to come in and beat. So of course Islam can easily beat that, and Christians, if we're not saying anything, then that's what will be the next top thing.
Part of it is they don't like the kids, like they don't know anything about Islam, so like when they're first learning about it, you know, it's gonna sound pretty good, you know,
right?
Like with that, and like the best lies have like just a little bit of truth to them. You know?
Good point.
Or
at
least you know, some truth. It could be a lot of truth, but you know,
right?
Every lie has a little bit, or every good lie has a little bit of truth to it.
Yeah,
right?
Amen with that.
Yeah, the bottom line is, don't follow Andrew Tate.
That's the bottom line.
If there's anything to be said, don't follow Andrew Tate.
The only top G to follow, and that's God.
Yeah. Amen. Amen. Yeah. And roll the credits. Roll the credits. We're gonna have to clip that for something. The only top G to follow is God. All right. Okay. So what's up with this mattress thing?
Oh no! So this is a new segment that I want to introduce to the Reformed Roundish table. It's called "Is It Racist?"
Is it racist? All right.
Boy.
I'll just let you guys. I'll just let you guys.
And it's a time out. And it's a mattress thing.
It's a mattress store commercial.
Okay. Is it?
Yes.
Is it
a legitimate store.
It's a legit.
Yeah,
okay.
So
it's
a legitimate store.
So legitimate.
This is not a parody. This is a legitimate thing.
So this guy, he's okay. I'm just gonna watch it.
Yeah, you can decide for yourself if he's racist or not. Leave down in the comments below if you think so.
Is he white?
then automatic
He's
yes.
automatically racist.
Yes. Also, Scott, if you want to expand this, I also found something else about another mattress store. If you want to expand it, like just for this specific portion of the segment, we can expand it to. Is this
does it always have
other
to be
mattress
right? That's what I was
sensitive.
I was gonna say, is this like a mattress
Not
thing?
not just racist, but insensitive.
Okay.
Right.
On a certain topic.
Why is it mattress stores? Like, I'm starting to see a trend here. All right, let's see this.
I'm ready.
I don't think you are.
Yeah.
What is that clip for?
Yes,
You are not ready for this. I tell you this.
Those crickets were not well deserved, Chad.
Yeah.
What
Chad.
about those?
Okay, yes. All right, here we go.
What a Chad.
Hi, I'm Gary at the one and only Gary's Mattress. Now with locations in Koreatown and Little Tokyo. We are karate jumping the prices. Even we would buy it.
Oh.
At Gary's Mattress, we're blowing up the prices.
If I see anything Hawaiian come up there.
Man on horse, bring gold. For treatment at Gary's Mattress, I'd be very surprised. We're scalping prices. If you find a mattress at a better price, I'll kick a puppy and punch a kitten just for you.
Wow, Gary.
Wait, why is that his face? We go rewind back to just the ending thing. Why? It's just why. Like, look at that. Like, that's what you want. That's what,
mastermind.
Yeah, anybody who says I'll kick a puppy, I mean the cat, punch a cat, I might understand. But
okay, so I went into the comment section. I took some screen grabs of some comments, recent comments. So people are still watching this video, of course. I mean, we are.
Well, all right, we'll throw up some of them.
I stumbled upon it, so
yeah.
Scott was looking for a mattress, but what he found shocked him. As a British person.
Oh
no!
Looking at the wrong one.
I mean, well, to see a dentist meant I could.
So there are some positive.
Yeah, go ahead and read them out.
Yeah,
I can't see it.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's too far away from me. That's hilarious. Well, you guys can see it on the screen, so you guys.
As a Mexican, I'm offended that he didn't say we're jumping over borders to get just for these prices. As a British person, I'd even be willing to see a dentist if I.
That was my favorite. All right, I got another one here. Scotty, do the honors of reading. Since you were reading.
As a Native American, I can't even get mad at this. It's hilarious.
Positive.
This isn't even racist. This is a masterpiece that was too premature for its time. A timeless work of art. As an Asian, I give my stamp of approval. As a Polish person, I'm offended that he didn't say we will install your mattress while drunk off vodka and your mattress will be backwards. As an Australian, I'm offended he didn't say we're turning prices upside down.
Boo.
Did that transition? That one did. That's the this is the last one.
Okay.
That I grabbed.
As a Swiss guy, I'm offended that he didn't mention that you can afford his mattresses even if you don't have any cheese in your bank account.
What?
Swiss cheese, I guess. I don't know.
This is so stupid. I can't see how anyone would get offended by.
Really?
It's just golden.
You can't
Love
see
every bit of this.
You can't see maybe even a little.
As an Irishman, I'm offended that he excluded me not saying give these mattresses a try instead of passing out on the floor or sidewalk. You have no idea what you've been missing out on.
I get it. Okay.
I love that everyone's upset that they didn't.
Adrian's the only one that got that.
As an Irishman, try the mattress instead of getting drunk on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Yeah, falling.
You know, passing out on the sidewalk because
Yes.
Irishmen.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I
Yeah.
got it.
Us Hawaiians, we can hold our liquor.
I love that everyone's upset that they didn't get stereotyped instead of people getting mad that they got stereotyped. Back when people still had a sense of humor.
Yes. Yes.
That's a good one.
Truth.
I think that one's top comment right there.
Yeah, what the hell was that commercial?
It's several. So I think 2007 or 2000.
Yeah, 2007.
Late 2000s. Okay, so I stumbled upon another mattress store who had possibly an insensitive, I would say so, but
all right,
they might have had good intentions.
Roll it out.
It didn't pan out that way.
No. So due to this commercial that they had actually had to close down.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Is this real?
Yes, this was a real store in Texas. Mattress store in Texas.
Oh, and it closed?
Yeah,
From
Miracle
Texas
Mattress.
it closed?
Yes, they had to close their store down because of this commercial.
All right, let's play it.
The anticipation.
Remember 9/11? Then with the Twin Tower sale. Right now, you can get any size mattress for a twin price. Full mattress? Twin price. Queen mattress? Twin price. King mattress? Twin price. Store-wide sale all day long.
Oh my gosh.
We'll never forget.
Oh, she ends it with "We'll never forget."
That did not just happen.
Man.
No way.
I gotta see this again.
Play that again.
Put it back.
Never mind.
They even put the flag on the one, just like the thing. Why would you do that?
What better way to remember 9/11 than with the Twin Tower sale? Right now, you can get any size mattress for a twin price. Full mattress?
Twin Tower
Queen
sale?
Mattress, twin price. King mattress? Twin price. Store-wide sale all day long. We'll never forget.
It would have been better if they would have fallen before they hit him.
That did not just happen.
No, it happened, and she had to go on national television, and she was bawling her eyes out, crying. She was apologizing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wait, that's Texas out of all places.
That was in Texas.
You know what that is? That's people that moved from California.
That was kind of like a hit against America, though. Like,
okay, so yes, it's insensitive, but I would also say that it was lined with good intentions. But so are many evil roads.
Right. That's crazy.
So the first one, is it racist?
I would say no.
Is it racist or is it just comedy gold?
Comedy gold.
I'm a little confused.
My vote's
Chad's like confused you on there.
Well,
if you got Polish, Chinese people,
I'm going
Native
to say, all
Americans,
right, he didn't make fun of
Britons.
Hawaiians, so I'm going to say not racist.
Okay.
See, I feel like racism is something where you don't like I feel racism is strictly like a hatred towards somebody of a different race. So, but I think like we're all different. Like I think pretending that we're not different is like just very I don't know. But like I think I don't know. I think joking about our differences and poking fun at each other.
Yeah.
Like I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Well,
Like,
but you also don't have Scott sending you pictures every time he eats pineapple.
Yeah.
Like,
with Canadian bacon.
Hey, Canoa, you like this?
It was Hawaiian pizza
from Domino's.
But yeah, like if I do something weird and somebody's like, "Oh, that's the whitest thing ever," I'm like, "Oh
Yeah.
yeah."
He wasn't
Probably
racist.
is.
So Gary was not racist because there was no treating someone either negatively or positively based upon their skin color, because he had the mafia in there.
Right.
I mean, that's Italian,
Right, that's what
typically.
yeah.
But
He was taking shots at Gary was taking shots at everybody on that thing.
Right.
Except for the Polish.
He just wanted you to buy his mattress. He didn't care what you were at the end of the day.
Yeah. And he was willing
The
to
dude
kick a
was
puppy
willing. I was about to say the dude was willing to kick a dog. Like, what's wrong with you?
and punch a kitten.
I say not racist because like I need to put this
I'll say that 9/11 mattress one was 500 times worse.
We'll get
All right, sorry,
we'll get
go ahead.
That was insensitive.
Yeah, we'll get to that one. But for the first one, for Gary's mattress, I say not racist because there's a huge difference between racism and stereotypes. Stereotypes are meant to be lighthearted and funny,
right?
Whereas racism would be hatred.
Yeah, and
or not necessarily hatred, but showing
prejudice or whatever.
Yeah, treating someone different solely based upon their skin color.
Right.
Solely based upon their ethnicity. That would be racist or ethnicist, I guess you could say. But yeah, treating someone negatively or treating someone positively.
I would just recommend he never put that ending face.
Like, even that's kind of like, because like
he was stereotyping.
Yeah, I mean he was stereotyping, but he would also be treating them differently because of their skin color. You know what I mean? But it's not like
he was just having a general sale,
right? Yeah, but.
He was just having a general sale,
but he wasn't doing it in like he doesn't like them kind of thing, you know what I mean? There was no hatred or malice behind it.
He loves that Indian scalp. That's what it was.
Yeah, but like
I agree with that. All right, and then the other one.
The other one,
insensitive.
Was it insensitive?
Yes.
What year was that? Like, I gotta know, like, how close to 9/11 was this?
Yeah,
fairly close.
Right.
Fairly close.
If this was like the year after, that is.
Yeah, even if it was like
that gets bonus.
So even if it was good intentions, it was just poor.
I'm sure
the fact that they called it Twin Tower Sale.
Yeah,
that's
and the whole premise behind it was, I guess they were.
Why was that your thing? Like,
okay, so they were selling all mattress sizes for the price of a twin bed.
Well, right, but so you based it off of the Twin Towers, how this?
They thought that they were being clever.
That's about as great as a sales pitch as the pro-life movement with their stuff. Hey, hear me out. You give us money, we take that money,
and we do nothing with it.
Yeah, we give that money to people to tell you no, like to keep abortion going. Like, that's just like, who sat there and thought this is a great idea? They should be fired. I'm not saying it's a big deal, but they should be fired.
Insensitive. I vote insensitive.
Definitely insensitive.
100%.
Yeah.
All right.
Regardless if it was in good intentions.
All right. Well, on that note, we're gonna wrap it up for today on there. So feel free to comment on what your thoughts on that. Who do you think for the chair, Trump or Alex Jones? I'm just saying that's a good matchup. Either
House
one,
Speaker,
or somebody else.
Yeah, or Chad,
or Jim Jordan.
Chad, or literally anyone else capable. So tell us your thoughts on that stuff.
That opens up the opportunity of Hakeem Jeffries, and we don't want that. So,
that's
Jim Jordan.
Yeah,
please.
So it's Scott. Please, I'm begging you. All right. So, Adrian, if you want to take it away and thank our sponsor, tell people where they can find our stuff and like, comments, share.
Scott, if you want to take it away with the Patreons, I'm delegating.
Oh well, here I'll do it for Scott because he can't see because it's over there. We want to thank our supporters, our main supporters that are paying the buku bucks for this stuff. Cage Stage and our Cage Stage class on Patreon. We have Mimi. Thank you. And in our indulgences class on Patreon, we have Carol. We appreciate you guys for allowing us.
Check that out. Patreon.
Do that, yeah. Check out Patreon. We need to update the list too for other names and stuff. But we appreciate you guys for that. So as always, comment below. We thank you guys for your support. And as the Hawaiians say, Kea kua pu, Yesu pu. God be with you. Jesus be with you. Thank you guys for watching the Reform Roundish Table. Have a good day.
Like, share, comment, subscribe. Thank you very much. You guys have a wonderful evening.